don't think I did actually. Okay, so we're talking about circles and circumference. So circles, we kind of just, we're familiar with those since elementary. Learn how to talk about them, name them, circle C, or just a circle with a dot in the middle of C. We talked about the radius, radii for plural. Radius are from the center to the circle. Chords go from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle, ending on the circles. Diameter is the same thing as a chord, but it goes to the center. We named a couple. LN was a diameter / also a chord. MN chord. PM is a radius, PN a radius, and so forth. We named the circle P. I think that was about it. Then we talked over here quickly about the radius and the diameter. Remember the radius, all radius or radii from a circle. All radii are the same if it's from the same circle. All diameters are the same if they're from the same circle. The diameter is 2 radius or radii, and 2 radii make a diameter back and forth. Or you can say half the diameter is 1 radius. Cool? Real quick, like if they gave us QV, QV happens to be a radius, so QT is another radius, is also 8. The distance from T to U, which is collinear radii, which means they're in a straight line, is a diameter. So from here is 8/16, okay? And that's about it. Let me see what else. We talked about circles. They are, okay, if they have the congruent radius, or radii, then the circles are congruent. All circles are similar. I think I gave you one of these guys in your homework for today. And concentric circles, they share the same center on a flat plane. 2 circles, okay, they can intersect 2 places. They can intersect at 1 place, or they don't have to intersect at all. And I think we left off here, right? Okay, we did this one right here. If a circle and another circle are connected, their centers, then they contain the radii or radius of this circle and the radius of this circle. Segment addition, basically. Really easy, that one. I'm going to skip that one. And circumference. Remember, the circumference is the distance around a circle. And to get the circumference, it's going to be pi times your diameter. Because remember, the diameter goes around the circle 3.14 times. How many times does the diameter go around the circle? 3.14 times pi times. So there it is. So the circumference equals pi times diameter. Remember, the diameter is also 2 radius. I don't know why they do this. They separate like this. I don't like it. But I'm going to tell you why they do that. Do y'all know why they do that? 2 pi r instead of pi 2r. No? Okay. Then 2 is a number, and also they consider pi to be a number. So they put the numbers in front, and at the very end, I don't know, variable. So that's how they do that, why they do that. I personally would have kept it like that. Makes more sense to me, but whatever. So circumference. If a circle has a diameter or radius r, the circumference c equals the diameter times pi, or twice the radius times pi. Now pi times diameter, or remember, diameter is basically 2r, 2 radiuses, same thing. So I think we stayed off here. I think I just talked to you about it real quick, that the tennis court's 700 feet high, wow, and then 79 feet across, the diameter. That's way cool. So that's the final circumference of the helipad. Now, you gotta understand, they're going to give you something. This is basic algebra right here. Hold on. Okay. So you want to use the formula they gave you. And so we're just going to plug in the stuff we know. All right? And we're going to find the unknown. The unknown is a c. Pi is pi, guys. So you already automatically know that one. So you just multiply these 2 out, and it gives you that. And then you found your unknown c. So c happens to be, this is your exact answer. This is your exact, okay? That's the best answer ever. This is the rounding one. That's why it says it's equal. And here it's a más o menos. So it's about that much. So we can do 4a and 4b. So let's go ahead and try these real quick. Put this in our bag of tricks. So find the circumference of each circle described, round to the nearest hundredth. So I'll let you copy that one down real quick. I'm going to draw, you know what, I'm going to not cheat, but use this the tools. Where am I? That'll be that one. Okay, so the radius. So from here to here is 2.5 centimeters. Find the circumference. Since they gave me the radius, guys, I'm going to use a circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, that's what I'm going to use. This is a number check. This is another number check, and this over here is a radius, and that's what they gave me. That's what I'm going to use. So we're looking for the circumference, and that's going to be equal to 2 times pi times my radius now is 2.5. Circumference is equal to 2 times 2.5 is what, 5? 5 pi is my answer. Best answer ever, right there. Okay? If not, we're going to come out here, and then it says circumference round to the nearest hundredth. So I'm going to use a calculator, if you all don't mind. Let me get the calculator. Try it on. I'm going to go 5 pi. 15.71. Are you all okay with that one? 15.71. I think it says in hundredths, right? Yeah, hundredths. 15.71. Now I'm going to change this, guys, to más o menos, to approximately. Okay. Y'all okay with that one? Anybody have any questions there? Pretty easy, right? Like way easy. It's like a joke, sir. I'll hurry up. Circumference, in this situation, they gave me the diameter, so I'm going to use pi times diameter. Okay, I'm going to use that formula, pi times my diameter. I was like, yeah, they didn't capitalize it, so I'm not going to capitalize it either. So circumference is equal to pi times my diameter of 16. The diameter is the distance across. Actually, that's my answer right there. I like that one better. C is equal to 16 pi. That's my best answer right there, for real. Next one, I'm going to kind of go C is más o menos, and I'll try my calculator. I'll go back to my calculator and 16 pi. 16 pi. 50.27. And más o menos, guys. I didn't put the equal sign anymore. But más o menos. Now, just FYI, I'm going to highlight this thing right there. If I were to go back and press enter, you see it goes on. So this is not your exact answer either, and this is not your exact answer either. It keeps on going. We should have it limited in the settings to only show so much, otherwise it'll fill up your screen and never stop. So we're going to go ahead and just, that's why we're rounding, okay? Let me see, back to the book. I'm going to pause real quick, guys. Anybody need help? Anybody have any questions over this stuff? I know it's still early, and it's kind of early-ish. I know I need the sun too. The sun hasn't been out in the past couple of days. What up, what up? Everybody okay, guys? Seriously, seriously. Anybody? Okay. All right, so we're going to leave it like that. Let's come back to the next part. Okay, so you know, the algebra. Algebra is super cool. So knowing something, I'm going to go back over here. Knowing of a formula, knowing something, or mostly everything except one thing, I can find it. Here they gave me the stuff to plug in, and I found the C. So what we're going to do now, if you look at what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and give you the C. All right? We're going to give you what it's equal to, and you're going to have to find the, I guess, the diameter or the radius, the one that makes the circumference that big. This is basically algebra again, basic simple, easy algebra. So let's look what we're going to do here. These circumference formulas can be used to determine the diameter and the radius of a circle when the circumference is given. So find the diameter and the radius of a circle to the nearest hundredth if the circumference of the circle is 106.4 millimeters. So they gave me the circumference. Now they're asking, hey, what's my diameter? And then they're going to ask, what's my radius? So we'll use the diameter formula to find the diameter, and we'll use the radius formula to find the radius. So the circumference is equal to, we're going to plug that in there, pi, and the diameter is the unknown. So in this situation, it's just basically real simple algebra. How would I get the diameter by itself? Well, I would divide by pi, cancels out here. So I basically have 106.4 divided by pi, and that's equal to my diameter. All right, and that's it. Punch on the calculator, it's going to give you más o menos this. Now, I'm saying más o menos, guys, because it's approximately. We're going to have to round. And they do say to the hundredth, so we're going to kind of go like that. I don't know what the exact numbers were and how they rounded, but they got that. I'm going to trust them. Let's look at this one over here. So regarding the formula here, well, this is what they did. They realized since the radius is really half of the diameter, well, get the diameter at 33.87 and divide it by half, and it gives me 16.94. That's one way of doing it. We can use the, ooh, my bad. We can use a circumference formula. Circumference is equal to 2 pi r. All right. Now, we're going to come out here, this part right here, and this part here. We know these, and we're looking for that one. Circumference is 106.4 is equal to 2 pi r. So to get the r alone, I would divide by 2 pi. Divide by 2 pi. Cancels out here. R is equal to, well, if you see this part right here, isn't that this right here? And then when I divide by 2 again, it's going to give me what I did here. Oh, más o menos, 16.94. So there's two ways of doing it. They use several steps to get this one by getting the diameter here, then dividing by 2. Sky's the limit. If they don't have you asking or get the diameter and the radius, and they just want you to do the radius, do it like this. So there's several ways of, I guess, skinning the cat. Is that the way to say? I think that's the saying, guys. But don't skin a cat, no bueno. I wonder where they got that saying from. Not a good saying. Here we go. Let's try this one, guys. Find the diameter and the radius. We want to find the diameter. We want to find the radius of a circle to the nearest hundredth if the circumference of the circle is 77.8. So copy this one down, please. Let me draw a circle-ish. Not like we need it. But we're going to go to the circumference around 77.8. Okay, circumference is that much. That's that. So we want to find the diameter and the radius. You decide how you want to do this one. For the diameter, I'll use the diameter formula. For the radius, I'll use the radius formula. So diameter. I'm going to use circumference is equals to pi times the diameter. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'll let you write it down. Okay, so I'm not going to switch back and forth from my screen. I'm just going to go ahead and use my calculator here at the house, okay? I'll do the calculation. Okay, so let's come out here and plug this in. Ready? Now I'm going to work this out with you. I'm going to go ahead and ask some of y'all to help me out. Circumference. I'm going to start plugging it in, okay? So circumference is equal to 77.8 is equal to pi times my diameter. How do I solve this one, guys, for my diameter? What do I do with this box? I'll box it in. Right here, what do I do to this one right here? Okay, I want my diameter by itself. Is Diego here or not? Yes, Diego. What can you do at this point? Daniela, you can end solve it. Realistically, you can, but that's super easy. Actually, that'll probably be too much punching in buttons. Doesn't that make sense? You'd punch a lot more buttons doing that. What would be my move here? What's my move, guys? Come on. Somebody, come on, guys. What's my move here? You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Nobody? Okay. So I'm going to change this up by looking at this, right? This is a number, and that's a number times another number, but we're a variable, and I want that variable by itself. So I'm going to divide by pi, guys. I'm going to divide by pi. These cancel out. Remember, pi divided by pi is, what, pi? So this one, my exact answer is 77.8 divided by pi. That is my answer right there. The book wants us to round to the nearest hundredth. So for the hundredth part, I'm going to type it in the calculator, and I get 24.7645 is más o menos the diameter. Hundredth is this one right here. I'm looking at this one, and that one makes it stay there. So I'm going to go 24.76 is about your diameter, centimeters. Okay, what do we know about the diameter and the radius? How do y'all want to do this one? You want to just, since we know the diameter, we know the diameter now. It could be about 24.76. How do we get our radius? That's our diameter. My radius, anybody want to do this one? Anybody can tell me what to do? Nobody? Nobody. Yes, it is, basically. So your diameter is basically, how about this? Your radius is equal to half of your diameter, right? So I'm going to plug in my diameter right there, and radius would be 1/2 of 24.76. So radius is equal to that one divided by 2, and about 12. Over like that, yeah? About that much. Thank you, Eileen. And we're going to go ahead and stop there, guys, for that part. I think that's all we need to do. We found the radius, check. We found the diameter, check. It wants us to find the diameter, find the radius. We're good. Questions over that one, guys? Now, I want to tell you this much. If I go out here and I plug this number in here, and I times it times the diameter, or my pi, it's not going to give me this answer. It's going to give me an approximate, because, remember, we approximated it. So a lot of these, when you read the STAR test questions or read questions, they're going to say the closest, or I guess the nearest, because we're always going to round. Unless they want the exact, and this would be your exact answers right there. So that one exact would be, for your radius, would be 77.8 pi, and then add a 2 there. If that makes sense, because you're going to get this answer, and then you multiply it by half, and that's just basically putting a 2 on the bottom. Cool? Tough crowd today. Tough crowd. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, I didn't give you an assignment on these. So we're going to stop here real quick. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to give you an assignment. So tonight is open house. Y'all know that, right? Tonight's open house from, ooh, man. I'm going to say 4:30 to 6:30. Did y'all know that? Yes, no, or not? Are any of y'all coming? I'm curious. What is it going to be like for what? This is a bad part. That's what I'm going to try to figure it out. This is what happens. So we're going to have open house for 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then by your teams. If that makes sense. This is 6th, 7th, 8th. If that makes sense. It's going to be online, guys. Do we need to, like Samantha, I'm going to say you know. You don't need to. I'm not lying to you because your mom knows everything, we contact each other a lot, you know. So I think, like, if you have any concerns or questions, this is what I'm thinking of doing. I need y'all to think about this. Because in this stuff, I am on this team called Princeton. I don't know how you spell it. Is that the way you spell it or not? Princeton. Okay. I think I'm on this team called Princeton. But the bad thing is I have students from this team, this team, this team, this team, this team, and this team. So if I'm on this team, Princeton, how do I see all other parents? You know what I mean? This is what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of this. I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to make up another Google Classroom just for tonight. And I'm not going to be there in that classroom. I'm going to be here. I will be here. I will be here in this classroom. The team, let me show you what I'm talking about. So my classrooms, I have this Princeton Tigers one. I'll be here because they want me to be there because that's who I'm assigned to. But I don't think it's fair to everybody else. So for this Google Classroom here, I'll post it right now in the chat, the code, and I'm just going to put a video of what we do in class. All right, if that makes sense. So if your parents want to see it, I'll put it on the chat right here. I'll put the Google Classroom, and I'll name it Algebra, Geometry, Open House. Is that okay? And all I'm going to do is put a YouTube video of what we do in class. Probably put it like 10 minutes, 8-minute video, nothing too short, nothing too long. And they can just log in to watch the video on their own. So I'm sorry about that, but I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Do any of y'all object to me? I'm trying to think about the best way to do it. I think that's an okay way. And then from there, I'll leave my email address so your parents can contact me just in case they want to. And this is what I'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just do it like that. Okay, guys? All right, so right now on, what's it called? On Alex, you do have an assignment. The assignment is called, really easy, it's called, where is it? It's called 10-2. What, are we on 10-2 or 10-1? My bad, quick edit. 10-1, guys, yeah, it is 10-1. I don't know why it named it 10-2.